Here on Decker Does It DIY, we're going to build a set of J. Bates nesting chairs. Hey guys, welcome to Decker Does It DIY. I'm having to do a voiceover here because I lost some footage. It's not a great way to start out this video, but I picked up some of this wood at Home Depot and they had a pretty decent price on it, so I went ahead and got some. What it is, it's a red oak. It's planed on both sides already, so no need to take it down anymore. It's 3/4 inches thick, 10 inches wide, about 8 to 9 feet long. Picked up 3 of these, and what I'm doing here, I'm just cutting off sections of this board right at about 20 inches long, and they're going to be for the slats of the chairs. Each chair takes 15 slats, so there's going to be a total of about 8 of these boards that I got to cut. The finished length of the slat is 19.5 inches long, so cutting them a little long gives me a little bit of insurance to make sure both ends turn out nice and smooth at the final cuts, so I don't have any splintering out or anything like that. I'll go back over it with my crosscut sled for the finishing cuts on each one, but gives me at least a 1/2 inch to play around with. This is kind of the same scenario as last year. My son has an auction every year to raise money for scholarships and help pay for, kids that can't afford scholarships. It helps them get scholarships in order to keep going to the school. Just like last year, I made serving trays. So they had a camping theme this year, so I figured it was a good opportunity to make these camping chairs. These camping chairs are really nice. I've probably made 15 of these chairs total, and I've yet to have a set for myself, so one of these days I'll have a set for myself. Just not right now. Right here I'm just using my straight edge jig. Like I've said in previous videos, I've got rid of my joiner basically because I never use it. And I made this straight edge jig just to use my table saw to get one straight edge on it, and then I'll flip this board over and put that straight edge up against the fence. That way I'll have a nice true straight edge. Okay guys, I got all my slats milled out. I got 2 extra here. Got enough slats for 2 chairs. So 30 or 15 per each chair. So I got a total of 32 slats here. 2 extra ones. Next thing I'm going to do now is use a 1/4 inch round over all the edges. And then once I get that done, I'll cut them to length at 19.5 inches. Now I just need to set up my router and get on with that part. After fiddling around with this router table that I have, which isn't accounting for much, I've had this thing for years. It's just a flat top with an old Craftsman router on the bottom of it, and it's got a guide on it, but I'm not necessarily using the guide. This has a bearing on it to guide it with the wood. The only reason why I'm really using it is for this dust collection to help suck up some of them chips. But other than that, this is the only reason why I'm really using this router table, so it doesn't make so much of a mess. But that's my plans in the works for the future, is to get a legitimate router table with a router lift, because I have a brand new Bosch router sitting over there that's absolutely awesome, but I need it mounted on a table, a decent table, so I could get a good router set up in here. So did a test cut, 1/4 inch round over on the edge. We'll get on all these pieces. Okay guys, got everything cleaned up, router out of the way. There's a set of 15. There's a set of 15 with 2 extras. It turned out great. I mean, they already feel finished with that S2S wood and rounding over it. I mean, if there's any sanding to do, it's minimal. So good. That's what I was needing. I was on a time crunch, wanting to knock these out. I'm still waiting on my plans to come in. I've ordered Jay's plans before and got the templates, but I was looking for them the other day and I can't find them. I'm missing 2 pieces. You can see they snap together, have like a little laser cut end on it where the ends of them snap together, but I got 2 of the same ends, so there's no telling apparently where these things are, but they're here somewhere,
and I know I needed the templates, so I just ordered another set. And today is Saturday, and they should be here by Monday. So I figured I'd go ahead and get the slats finished, cut the length, round it over, get all that out of the way. Then all I have to do are two runners for each chair, and then basically it's you pre-drill your holes and you put your screws in, and that's basically it. As far as finish, I'm not really for sure what type of finish I was going to put on this. I almost want to keep it the oak color, but just kind of bring out the tone in it just a little bit. So what I was thinking, I might use this tried and true Danish oil. Just rub that on there. That might turn out real good. And there's multiple different finishes you can put on it. You could just blast it with a polyurethane, but I don't want it to have that plasticky look. So polyurethane's all right, but I don't think these are going to sit out in the weather, or I wouldn't think they would keep them out in the weather. But Danish oil is a pretty good protectant, so I'm thinking about going that route. So the next thing I have to do is cut them all to length. Right now I set my crosscut sled. I got it set at about 19 3/4 inches, just to cut one end of it, and then I'll bring it into 19 and a half, flip them all over, and cut the other side. So that's what I have to do next. Yeah, so I'm just waiting on those plans to come in. And once I get all that done, or once the plans come in, then I can cut the runners and everything. Just let me do my woodworking. Okay, guys, first of all, I just want to apologize. I got my slats cut, and I thought I was recording, but apparently I wasn't. So I cut each one of these at 20 inches long. Just set my crosscut sled up on the table saw and cut 1/4 of an inch off of each side. That way it would clean up both ends, leaving me with 19 and a half inches. But today is mail day, and I got my stencils in of the ones that I've ordered before, but I lost them, half of them. And those are the guys you need to check out. Jay Bates and Jonathan Katz Moses. Great woodworkers at that. But got my stencils. I'm just going to put these together, draw it out on my board, and try to cut some out. They got a nice laser cut in them, so just stick the dovetail together. You can't get them wrong, because as you can tell, he's got one straight and one arched. So my rubber mallet here, see if I can tap them one. There's one. bring this over here to my board. So I can get two out of this one. I like to get a little piece of double-sided tape on the back side of it to keep it from moving around so you can draw it out right. So that's what I'll do. Okay. I got all my pieces broken down into individual pieces. So now I'm going to take it over to the bandsaw, and when I cut it, I'm just going to cut it outside of my mark that I marked on everything. That way I can clean it up with the router. Okay guys, basically what we're doing, we're just trying to remove the bulk material of this shape. I'm not trying to get this shape perfect or anything. That's what the router's for. Now you can do it with a bandsaw, but you have to have a whole lot smaller blade than what I have. Right now I have a 1/2-inch blade in here, and you can't make those types of radiuses with a 1/2-inch blade. There's a diagram of the different sizes of bandsaw blades of how tight of a radius you can cut on them, and I don't know exactly right offhand what each blade can do, but I just know with 1/2-inch it won't do this. It's probably double that radius what a 1/2-inch can probably do. You know, it could probably go out here. But I just wanted to make an emphasis on, when doing this, a lot of people don't mention this stuff when it comes to routing, but the majority of your routing accidents and kickbacks and stuff like that happen is mostly by the changing of the grain direction. That's where it gets you. Well, it has in my experiences. I like the router, but then again, I really don't like the router. Freehand routing's okay, but I really wish I had a good routing table to do this, because it would make it a whole lot safer. But I just want to point out that when you do the ends of your board, whether it's pine, hardwood, it's going to happen more often on hardwood, but the changing of the direction, as you can see, the fibers are going this way, And as you come around here on that router bit, as you come around, you're changing a direction, and that's what causes your piece. If you don't have a steady hold of it, it'll kick back on you, or it'll pull it in, pull the piece into the router bit, and that's not good at all. It's scary, and that's why on my ends I try to get it as close as possible to the line, because I don't want that much material that needs to be taken off on this. The sides are fine. I mean, you could leave that much material on the sides, but on the ends you want to take those down probably as close as you can, because like I said, that router don't play any games, and when it kicks back and it lets you know about it real quick. But as you can see, it took me a little while to do this. I'm not really in any hurry. I'm just trying to take the bulk of it down, not go past my lines, and it looks like I've got 7 more to do. So you get the gist of what I did, and I'm going to knock those out real quick, and then we'll set up the router table and start routing this thing out. Okay, guys, I got the runners all roughed out. Finally, took a couple of hours, but I got them roughed out. Next step I want to do is this section right here on this stencil, where one of these slats will fit right into the middle of here. I'm going to use a 3/4 inch Forstner bit and try to hog that out as much as I can. Use the router on the edges. We'll use the router on that too to clean that hole up. So just need to set my drill press up. We'll get going on that. When drilling this out, you want to take a piece of the scrap that you got when you was cutting your runners off of your board. Just take a scrap piece so you can use it for a bottom, because when you go to drill this thing out with a Forstner bit, it wants to bust out the other side. So I don't want anything busting out, so this is how I'm going to do it. on. I might look a little more tired. Beard might be a little longer since the last video. It's been a few days. I've had to put this project on hold because right now at my work, working 11 days in a row, I do it every other week, and this kind of fell in that week, so I really haven't been in the mood to do any woodworking after work, if you know what I'm saying. But today, I have the router set up. I have the height on the bit. It's just a flush trim bit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some pressure sensitive tape to put on my stencils, and then I'm going to stick this to it. Hopefully get this routed out, finished up, so we can start putting these things together, because I have to have them done here soon. To keep from tearing these up, I put on some packing tape right here for the pressure tape areas. When I stick it on here and take them off, stick them on, take them off, so I don't mess my stencils up. So I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on these. Hey guys, I'm out here at the shop And throughout the day at work, I was thinking about these slats and how come they wouldn't fit in the hose. It bothered me all day today, so I got to thinking about it. And I checked the width on this, and it's right at 2 inches. These stencils are so finely cut. Right here, it's exactly 2 inches, and got to thinking about it. My slats are exactly 2 inches too, so they don't exactly start in the hole. And as I was laying them on top of where the slat lays, I could see a little bit of light under there. So what's telling me is the slats need to be cut on one side just a little bit and then run a router over both sides of them again. So I did that. I just took just a little bit off. It lays down in there good now. And they fit inside the runners real good now. So that's that problem fixed. I just gotta cut every one of my slats again. So my mistake. They happen in woodworking. Don't let anybody tell you that they don't happen, but they do. And also, as I was cleaning up my mess, I put my router table back in the little corner where I usually stash it. And lo and behold, as I was saying at the beginning of the video, that I had to buy a new set of slats from Jade's website. So I bought these, right? Because I only had half of the other ones. Well, found the other halves. So now I have two sets of two sets of stencils. And what I'm thinking about doing is having a giveaway at the end of the video. And all I ask of you guys, if you could just like the video, comment down in the section and let me know that you like the video. And if you could, please subscribe, and it'll make you eligible for these slats that I'm giving away. And what I'll do, I'll just have, once we get comments on there, enough comments as the video's been out for, let's say, I don't know, a couple weeks or so, then I'll have my son pick a comment in the comment section, and then I will say that's the winner, and then I will contact you and get your information so I can send you these slats and you can have them for free. I appreciate you guys liking my videos, subscribing definitely, and all the engagement I'm getting in this channel here lately. What I'm wanting to do now is run a round over bit, 1/4 inch round over bit on all the edges except where the slats lay in the runners. I don't want to do these. So all along here, all along the outside, and up to this, and leave these. And I'm not going to do the hole either. So I'm going to do all that stuff right now. Morning, guys. Today is finally a day off for me. I got all my boards sanded up. Got my coffee ready. I'm going to try to screw all these slats together on these runners. And I'm going to be using, it's probably not the ideal screw to do it, but I have like 3 boxes of these and I'm trying to use them up. I got these Kreg pocket hole screws for hardwood. They're 1.25 inches long. And I got a new set of countersink bits. Make it snappy tools, countersink bits. Got them at Woodcraft last week. They're pretty good. The last time I made these, I used these Deckmate screws. It's got the, you know how the tapered head where it fits down into the countersink a little bit better. But I just think these zinc plated screw heads would look better, contrast better with the oak. So I'm gonna try them, see what I can do with it. Assembling this, you want to get your back runners laid out, and right now I just got clamped on here to hold it on one end, but you want a 1/4 inch overhang on each side. And then on this end I want to put another slat right here in this second slot notch. Set it at a 1/4 inch. Pre-drill, set your screws in it, and then put these in, put those in, and do this one last. And what I'm thinking about doing here on the end one, I've made these before and I've done it this way because they're a little bit easier to pull the 2 pieces apart once it's assembled, is that when this slat's here, you got some room to get in there, but I just like to notch it out just a little bit, and that way just to put my touch on it. And there's only one thing to do, and y'all already know it's to do it. So I'm going to pre-drill and drill these and start getting this stuff assembled, and then we'll move on into finishing. Okay guys, somehow I lost the footage on me assembling this. Somehow the data got corrupt on my SD card, and I almost lost footage to this whole complete build. So it's been a whole ordeal on my computer trying to get all this information on my camera on my computer because my SD card went corrupt. So luckily I got that straightened up. I had to go to Meijer and buy a new SD card, but I'll show you what I got together so far and the steps in order to do it. As you've seen, I was putting on my slats or whatever, 1/4 inch overhang on everything. Put this piece on last, 1/4 inch overhang on the ends, same way on the back side. Everything's a 1/4 inch overhang on this back part of the chair. What I'm going to do is on this last runner right here, I'm going to cut a groove out like this to where you can grab it with your hand a little bit more comfortably. So the next part we have to do is is the seat part, and how I do it, and the way Jay says to do it, is to grab your two pieces. The ones with the holes go on this end. Stick them in there, and you want to assemble it while it's in the nested state. Now on this one, what I like to do, you can use a nail or whatever, but I like to use about 6 business cards. Stick a stack on this side, stick a stack on the other side, and I also want a stack of 6 over here, and a stack of 6 over here. Like I said, you can use a nail, a finishing nail, whatever. You just gotta at least have some gap in here. There you have it, guys. That's all it is to it. Now this last runner, like I said, you don't have to cut out the handle like what I'm wanting to do. You put this last runner in, drill this one straight, but this one you want to pre-drill it at an angle, because if you drill it straight, bust the end out. So remember, the very last screw, you want to go in at like a 45-degree angle. Here's the end slat. It's got the holes in it. Get it flush on one side, put 2 screws in. But I'm going to put them in on the same side of where my other screws were. I just installed a clamp right here to keep this from going in and out. I'm going to put 2 screws in it, and then I'm going to use a Japanese pull saw to cut the end of it off. I don't want to disclose my weight. Let's just say I'm heavy enough. Yeah. Okay, got all the varnish on everything. It's been sitting for 6-7 hours. I just did a little burnish on it and just went over it with some steel wool just to rub it in. Now you can go back and add another coat of Danish oil on it and let it cure, then go back over it again with steel wool, and what it does, it just kind of gives it a deeper look. But I kind of like the way it looks right now, so I'll go ahead and show you all finished product. Okay, well, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. I think these chairs will make a pretty good profit in the auction. It's a fun build, it's easy. Like I said earlier in the video, I was planning on giving away a set of stencils for these chairs. Now, if you would like a set, please like the video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments that you did both of that stuff. And what I'll do, once the video's out for probably roughly a couple of weeks, and then I'll have my son select a winner, and then I'll get in touch with you, and we'll get in touch with arrangements of how I can get this stuff to you. But once again, thanks for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it, and stay tuned because we got some more woodworking coming up soon. Y'all have a good one. Here on Decker Does It DIY, we're going to build a couple of sets. Here on Decker Does It DIY, we're going to make a set of J. Bates neck. What I have to do now is I'm going to run a